Okay, for this video, what I want to go through is how we could count these screws in here. So I've got a hard disk platter and I've got a number of screws, and you can see if I go through the images, sometimes they're missing. So I want to detect, are they there? Are they not there? Okay. So when I say counting, where are we going to look? Under counting tools. And in this case, I wouldn't pick blobs because they're maybe not a great thing to pick in here. It may work pretty well because they are lighter than the surrounding, but what does it look like when the screws are missing? There's also a fair bit of light in there, so I don't know if it work well, but they have a very distinct pattern inside. So I would try doing this first with PatMax Patterns. So you can see the boxes come up square, but we're dealing with something circular, so I would pick a circle. Okay, I'm also going to pick the search region to be circular because it is on this kind of, all the screws are in this circular disc in the middle that are holding the platters together. So I'm going to pick a screw. There's a couple different approaches. We could kind of get in on just the screw, or we could try and also just get in on the Torx pattern, and let's see how this works out. So it's getting all but one of them right now. I'm going to change this and call this screw count. And I'm going to look at the settings. See, okay, I turned it down just by one. Okay, you can see that it thinks 6 is not a pass, but we know it's a pass. There's 6 screws. So I'm going to hit the auto limits. Go back to settings in case I need to change anything, and I'm going to go through them. Okay, it sees all 6. It doesn't see the missing screw, which is good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, all of them missing. Okay, so that worked really simply. It all depends on where you put your tool to train off of. We might have done this and had a lot of messing around with values here. Let's see what happens if we go really low for the acceptance. Sometimes you start seeing the screw in places where it doesn't exist at all. So if you didn't see all the screws and we had to go down in value a lot, it might start showing up where we don't see it, and might start showing up where the screws are missing. So depending on how you set this, you might have a lot of trouble trying to detect between is a screw there, is a screw not there. Okay, but it worked out pretty simply right off the bat this time. Okay, so there's one example of using the PatMax counting tool.